Hello, my friends. How are you doing? I'm hoping you're staying warm this chilly Friday morning. From what I hear, it was supposed to snow last night, but when I look out the window, I don't see any of that white devil stuff out there. So maybe it'll happen later today. I don't know. But I'm hoping you are doing well. I'm hoping that you are staying in good health. What I want to talk to you today about is, and I think we skipped one, I'll have to go back and check, but I'm going to talk to you about the fifth point of the true church. Now, the fifth point is the church must claim divine authority. Now, I know all the churches out there claim divine authority, but if you think about what is divine authority anyways, well, divine authority is the priesthood of God. And as you can see, all over the world, there's people who can start a church and claim authority. But how do we know? Well, early in the book of Acts, in fact, let's look that up. It's going to be really easy. It wants us to go to the Bible dictionary. Geez, you think, maybe it's not going to be as easy as that. Oh. Oops, too far. Here we go. It's funny that they won't let you look up Peter. Oh, well, I'll have to just try and remember it. So, some gentleman tried to heal, and I think I mentioned this in one of my videos. Some gentlemen tried to heal people of a demon, and it looks at them and says, Jesus I know, Jesus we know, Peter we know, but who art thou? So even the devils didn't recognize the authority of these gentlemen, but he recognized the authority of Jesus and Peter both. Now, we read in John, the Gospel of John, verse 15, or verse 16, chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you." Now, he's not having people go collect actual fruit. The fruit is the fruit of the Spirit, the ministry. It's him going out, preaching the gospel, and bringing souls into Christ. Now, and having divine authority just means that we have the permission from God to preach in his name. And in the church, the apostle, the president of the church, has the authority to speak in behalf of God's name to all the world. And each of us have in the church have a role of a bit of divine authority. Could I go tell a bishop that, he needs to repent, he needs to do this? No. Each office of the priesthood holds authority over a certain area or a certain amount of people. Like a bishop cannot go to a stake president and tell him that he needs to go do this. No, that's not how the church works. The church is a church of order. So that we have the prophet, apostles, who cover the whole earth, and then our 70s, they have authority over specific areas. I don't even remember how many quorums there are anymore. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them, maybe 7. I don't know. But then we go down to, I think temple presidents is next. They have area over the area that the temple is in. Then we have stake presidents. Stake presidents hold authority over several wards. And then you have bishop. A bishop has authority over a certain demographical area. Everyone that is involved at, not only for the members of the church, but members out of the church. He can receive revelation for all of them. Then we have the elders quorum president. Elders quorum president, and I may get hit for this, is in charge of all the elders of the church and helping them with their ministry assignments, encouraging them, lifting them up. And then we come to fathers. Fathers have authority over just their family. Oh, I forgot one. Yeah, I forgot one. How about ministering brothers and sisters? Ministering brothers who hold the priesthood have authority over their families that they are ministering to. And that could just be as little as 2 or 3 people, or I've seen people have as many as 12 families, and it's insane. But let's go to another one. This is the one that that Floyd Weston uses in showing that the church must have divine authority. Now, it's a long one. It's Hebrews chapter 5, verse 4 through 10. So let's go there, okay? We'll talk about this one. And we've actually talked about this one in my previous video for Hebrews chapter 5. So if you want, you can go read that. Maybe there'll be other information there, because I'm not a robot and don't remember every single thing I say. So let's go. Hebrews chapter 5, and it's 4 through 10, so it's going to be 6 verses, and it says, "And no man taketh this honor unto himself, but he that is called of God, as was Aaron." Now, if you remember, Aaron was didn't go up to Moses and say, "I want to hold this position in the church." And so, in fact, what happened was Moses had been up in the mountain talking to God, and God said, "Bring Aaron and his sons, bring them forth." Okay, so Aaron didn't choose to be a priest. He was called to be a priest by God. And that's how it should be. We hear today of people who decide that they want to join the priesthood. Well, it's not something you get to choose. It's something you're called to do. I remember when I went to become an elder. I talked to my bishop about it, and he said he'd pray about it, and he did. And at the following stake conference, I was ordained an elder. I didn't have to go through any special training. I didn't have to go to a school of divinity. I was called, just like as we seen back in John, Christ chose them, and Christ chose the 12 apostles, just as I was chosen. And so let's continue to read on. So also Christ glorified not himself to be made an high priest, but he that said unto them, Thou art my son, today have I begotten thee. As he saith also in another place, Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. And so even Christ himself, he did not choose. Now, we remember from our records about the pre-existence, when God asked who wanted to go and redeem his children, there's two people that stood. The first one was Yahweh, or Jesus Christ, and he said, Here am I, send me. He said he wanted to, okay? But the ultimate decision was up to God. And God chose Lucifer. Or no, sorry. It's early in the morning and my brain's not thinking. God chose Yahweh. Now, people are going to probably edit that one, but I'm not worried about it. We have the authority of the church. Let's continue. Talking about Melchizedek, who in the days of his flesh, when he offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared, though he were a son, yet learned his obedience by the things which he suffered. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all men that obey him, called of God and high priest after the order of Melchizedek. So here we see that even Christ himself had to be called. And I'm thankful that we followed Jesus Christ in our choices, because if we wouldn't have chosen Christ, we wouldn't have come to this earth. And so it is by divine authority that we were called to teach to all the world. And I'm thankful for this church. I'm not perfect. My understanding in the gospel is not perfect. If you find faults in what I teach, I may be going out on a limb, but don't judge what I teach as doctrine of the church. I'm not perfect in it. I make mistakes like you just saw. I misspoke with the tongue of a sleepy man, saying that we followed Lucifer. No, we don't. We follow Jesus Christ. You will never find a book in all of our works that says we follow Lucifer. But don't judge me because of that. I don't know if everything I teach is true. And I've stated from the beginning that these are my beliefs. I'm not an official that can determine the doctrine of Christ for the church. I'm simply an elder who lives in this little town outside of Salt Lake, who holds a regular job. In fact, I gotta start getting ready for it. And I make mistakes. I'm human. So I just hope that I'm able to help lead people to Christ and to a better relationship with Christ. That's all I want. Not very much. So I want you guys to know that I do love the gospel of Jesus Christ. I have loved reading the New Testament this year. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of growth for me on what it means to be a disciple of Christ. And I hope that you can continue to follow me here on YouTube. I have decided I'm going to close my video on Facebook because I just don't have time to post on it. I will be putting a post on Facebook and leaving it for a week. I don't have time to post the videos there. So I will talk to you guys later. Remember that I love you and I pray for you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. I will see you tonight where we will be covering 3 John, the final epistle of the apostle, the beloved. And then tomorrow we will work on the book of Jude. And that will be it before we go into the book of Revelations. And there is so much. I'm afraid we're going to spend eternity in the book of Revelations because it's amazing. Actually, we'll only spend 22 days. So until then, you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.